Hello, 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 hello. Yes, we are back for another Hookster Talks. And I've got a little bit of breaking news for you. I've been following this story since about 7 o'clock. And apparently, Adrien Newey is stepping down as the team principal from Aston Martin. Now, there was a lot of conflicting reports when I looked at it a couple of hours ago. But Autosport is the article that came out and said about it. And then another news reporting organisation came out and said they got a direct statement from Aston Martin saying this is completely untrue. So what is going on at Aston Martin? I'm not quite sure. I have got the reports here, so let's have a look and see if we can unscramble the noise. So here we are. This is the Autosport message. It says Newey to step down as Aston Martin F1 team principal, with Jonathan Wheatley set to join from Audi. Now I started this about an hour ago, and I scrolled down and just look at all these very reputable companies here saying exactly the same thing. Sky Sports is now saying it as well. They weren't on a little bit earlier, Sky Sports, but now they're on as well. So is it true or isn't it true? We've got a statement from Adrien Newey apparently from Planet F1, but we won't hold any credence to that because they're one of the not very reliable establishments in Formula One reporting anyway. So, yeah, what is going on? We'll go to the Autosport. This was 3 hours ago. And it... Go away, Autosport! And it says, Newey to step down as Aston Martin F1 team principal, Wheatley set to join from Audi. Newey will focus exclusively on technical matters amid Aston Martin's tough start to the 2026 F1 season. He will be replaced by a rival team's boss. I mean, this is absolutely disastrous news for Adrien Newey. If this is true, I'm still not sure whether it is or not. And it looks like Autosport aren't going to let me read any more of that unless I subscribe. But anyway, there you go. So let's go to Sky Sports then, because they let you read stuff for free. Aston Martin target... Now, here you go. You see, Aston Martin target Audi boss Jonathan Wheatley, but no confirmation to allow Adrien Newey to focus on F1 on 2026 F1 car development. Audi team principal Jonathan Wheatley could... There you go. There's the emphasis. Could switch to Aston Martin, which could see Adrien Newey focus more on the car's development. See, this is, as far as I can see, this is rumour and speculation. This is by Craig Slater, but none of this I don't believe is true. Aston Martin are interested in hiring Audi boss Jonathan Wheatley as team principal so Adrien Newey can prioritise car development, Sky Sports News understands. Newey, who joined Aston Martin from Red Bull last March but only became team principal at the start of this year, is understood to welcome Wheatley's possible arrival. The legendary F1 designer would then be freed up to focus on the Aston Martin car after a nightmare start to the season for the team. Newey's position as Aston Martin team principal was always seen as an interim measure. Well, that isn't how they were playing it earlier in the year, was it? A new team principal would not reduce Newey's status within the team, and as managing technical partner, the role for which the 67-year-old was originally hired 12 months ago, so he would have full authority over all technical matters and report only to team owner Lawrence Stroll. Sky Sports News understands Aston Martin have identified other team principal candidates, including Max Verstappen's engineer Gian Piero Lambiase, who was approached but decided to remain with Red Bull, while former McLaren boss Andrea Seedy is not in the running for the role. Should Wheatley become team principal, it would end any prospect of Christian Horner joining Aston Martin, which is probably for the best, to be honest. it is likely Audi would hold Wheatley to a lengthy period of gardening leave, and it is unlikely any agreement will be concluded before next weekend's Japanese Grand Prix, as the recruitment process could take months. So there you go. A little bit of incredible news there. It is still to be confirmed. Here you go. You see, this is still speculation. It is still to be confirmed whether Newey travels to Suzuka after he was not on site for last weekend's Chinese Grand Prix, or if he instead oversees the design and manufacture of upgrades at Aston Martin's Silverstone factory. The team will not be engaging in media speculation about its senior leadership team. Adrien Newey continues to lead the team as team principal and managing technical partner, said Aston Martin in a statement to Sky Sports News. Now, is this a little bit of grandstanding? Has this kind of been leaked out by someone in the higher-ups, and now they're trying to backpedal? Which probably means we will get Jonathan Wheatley announced just before Japan. Audi said in a statement, "We are aware of the recent media reports. There is no official update from our side at this point in time, and we do not comment on speculation." What's gone wrong at Aston Martin? Well, quite a bit. There were huge hopes at Aston Martin coming into this year with the presence of Newey and with Honda as their new engine supplier. However, it became clear during pre-season testing, when Aston Martin were late to the Barcelona shakedown in January and then completed the least number of laps across the two Bahrain tests, that the team would be on the back foot. Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll failed to complete a full race simulation and lacked outright speed compared to most of the field, aside from newcomers Cadillac. Prior to the season opening Australian Grand Prix, Newey addressed the media and revealed vibrations caused by the Honda power unit could cause permanent nerve damage to the drivers. Along with concern for the drivers, Honda executive Koji Watanabe confirmed that Honda are also unable to run the power unit at full capacity due to this very vibration issue. Newey also admitted he was unaware of the inexperience at Honda compared to their championship-winning crew that helped Red Bull's Max Verstappen win the 2021 Drivers' Championship. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. We only really became aware of its kind of sort of November of last year, when we, Lawrence Stroll, Andy Cowell and myself, went to Tokyo to discuss, as rumours started to suggest, that their original target power they wouldn't be able to achieve for race 1, said Newey. Out of that came the fact that many of the original workforce had not returned when they restarted. Oh dear, it's not looking good at Aston Martin at all, is it? And poor old Adrien there, I think they've digitally made him look about 120 there. He looks very old. He is 67 now. I didn't realise he was that old, but 67, yes. But I think they've done a little bit of manipulation there to make him look bloody old and haggard and washed up, and it's just crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. So there you go. But it still hasn't been confirmed. But then I started scrolling down, and I noticed I can't find it now, but P1, Matt and Tommy, are also saying it. Let's see if I can find it, because I am subscribed to them. If I can find them quickly, there they are. Where's it gone? Is it a short? Is it a short? There it is. It says Newey steps back. Let's just have a little listen and see what they say.
Adrien Newey is set to step down as Aston Martin F1 team principal. You have heard it here correctly. Autosport has reported that they understand that this is going to happen. Adrien Newey is going to step down from running the entire team and focus on the car itself, which I think is probably a good thing. We discussed this at the start of the season. Does he really want to take on the full responsibility of running a team? Well, it appears not, as he wants to now focus on the technical side, which I think is absolutely the correct decision, albeit only a few races into the season. And that's not the only thing. That's not the only bombshell. Jonathan Wheatley is reported to be replacing him or taking his role. Of course, Adrien isn't leaving the team, but he's Audi F1 team principal. And after 10 months, he's jumping ship to Aston Martin. Maybe that was his number one choice the entire time. But either or, this is big news. There you go.
There you go indeed, Matt. So I think it's semi-official. It's not completely confirmed, but I think it's semi-official that this is what's going to happen, because you've got Autosport saying it, you've got Matt and Tommy saying it, and they could get into some pretty deep doodahs if this all turns out to not be true. So, yeah, it looks like someone on the insiders kind of exposed it and it's got out there, and now Aston Martin are sort of trying to backpedal a bit and say no, this is untrue, which is usually what happens in big corporations, and then a week later they will announce that Jonathan Wheatley will be the new team principal of Aston Martin. Oh my goodness. Anyway, there you go. That was the bit of breaking news as I come on air. Hello everyone and welcome to the show for Mr. Me, Mr. TB the bear, everyone's favourite bear, and number one Lewis Hamilton fan, aren't you, TB? You were well excited at China, weren't you? Hey, he was sitting there watching Lulu do those overtakes and then getting re-overtaken and then doing overtakes and then getting re-overtaken again. Oh my god. It's not F1, is it? It's Mario bloody Kart. Yes, F1 race stars. Yes. Anyway, TB's happy. TB's happy because he's number one man. He's doing well. Yes, he's doing well. Right, okay. Where's the chat doc? There it is. Oh my goodness. We've got a lot of people out there. Which is great to see. I better start reading them, otherwise I'm going to get well behind. Hello, Mr. Scissor Sisters. Yes, he says AI bollocks. Are you talking about my intro? My intro, sir? Are you talking about my AI intro? Yes, it is AI. Cancel Hookster. Well, they've tried. Paddock 69. Yes, we're not going to go there, are we? We're not going to go there. We're going to be the bigger person, and we're not going to go there. Lesbians are superior. Well, you got that right. Definitely. Hello, Shane. Welcome to the stream. Will says AI slop. Yes. Hello, Will. Hello. Shane says the 2004 Bahrain Grand Prix was not only the first ever race in Bahrain, but also the first ever race in the Middle East. You're quite correct there, Shane. It was. They did that weird endurance layout at Bahrain in 20. They did, yes. That didn't go down very well. That's why I didn't use it again, did they? Will says Newey was only always going to be a temporary team principal, to be honest. He'll be back to his normal job, I think, yes. Liam, the lesbian Lawson. All hail lesbian 69. Yes. We know. Dave's tried to be cancelled again, but it's not going to work because I'm going to be the bigger person and I'm just going to ignore it. Yes, I'm going to ignore it. I've moved on. Yes. Can you look up the new circuit they're working on in Saudi Arabia, which is due to make its debut on F1 calendar in 2028, please? I can do that, Shane. There you go. I've got it up on the screen. I will come back to it because I've got to answer the messages. Otherwise, I should be here all night just answering messages. That track will be a disaster, says Will. That Quidditch track. How do you know it'd be a disaster? There you go. Hello, Mr. Rugara. Welcome to the stream, the Three Goats. Almost all new F1 tracks were a disaster. Yes, no TMY yet. No, I don't think he'll be there. He only puts guest appearances in about once every year. Just once in a year, yeah. He's such a big celebrity now. He's just like, oh, I'll just come on once a year. You know, just to prove that he's still about. That's all it is. Because, you know, he's off doing those gigs every weekend or whatever it is, and he watching all those bands. I don't know what he does. But anyway, yeah. Hello, Mr. Helium Trophy. What's the stream? Craig Slater, that fucking prat. Yes, I agree. Congrats to Kimi Räikkönen on his 22nd victory. Yes. Craig Slater is a prick, says Willem. Well, there you go. We've got two members here of the Craig Slater Appreciation Society. Yes, I know. I think the Adrien they're going to race is going to be a disaster. Craig Slater is a fucking melt. Oh my goodness. Wow. Craig, if you're watching. Hello. How are Aston Martin struggling? Well, looking at that report, Shane, that I just read out, it's definitely looking like they're blaming Honda on all sides, isn't it? Really, the way they're talking, they're definitely, you know, it's not our fault with the chassis, it's Honda's fault. Saying that Honda weren't really ready to start this new campaign in Formula One. It's, you know, it's really throwing Honda under the bus, though, isn't it? Let's be honest. I mean, it may be true. I don't know. You know, I'm not a Formula One person, so maybe they weren't ready. Maybe it's all true, but it certainly smacks of throwing Honda under the bus, because I always thought that when you design a car, you start with the engine first and then you build the chassis. I've seen Rush the movie. I've seen how Niki Lauda did it. The engine was the first component sitting on the floor of the garage, and then you built everything else around the engine, didn't you? The chassis and everything. So I'm a little bit, I don't know, perplexed how they can say, oh, it was all the engine's fault. Yeah. But there you go. There you go. Perhaps that's not how they do it these days. Who knows? It's all this CAD design. I don't know. Perhaps that's how they do it. And it's not made with the engine first in mind. But it just seems a little bit bizarre to build a chassis and then put the engine inside afterwards. That doesn't sort of... That seems to defy the laws of physics as well, to be honest. But there you go. David Croft is getting worse, and he's always been shite. Yes. Why are you calling David Croft shite? David Croft is a shite commentator. TMY is completely right about David Croft. Croft is a strange commentator, not going to lie. How is David Croft a shite commentator? He doesn't have a clue. He also talks about irrelevant shit that has nothing to do with what is happening on track. Anyway, last week on Space 1999... Yes. Adam Norris is a right tosser. I'm fed up with Lance Stroll talking all the time. Helium Show says, don't get us started, Shane. We've got a long list of complaints against that twonk. He seems to get so much hate. I'm actually glad that I can't hear him outside of the video games, which I usually try to switch the commentary to someone else. But outside the video games, I never hear him. So I'm glad about that, because I see so much hate towards Crofty all around the internet. It's unbelievable. So one day I shall have to see if I can find some Sky feed and see what all the fuss is about. I'll have to have a look, because I'm not saying you're not wrong, because I've never seen any of it. So there you go. But yeah, Crofty gets a lot of hate on the internet, and it's probably rightly so. Probably rightly so. Is Adam Norris related to Lando Norris? Yeah, Adam Norris is his dad, as far as I can remember. It's his dad, Shane. Alonso begged some underworld law to make Schumacher's engine break at Japan in 06, and now it looks like he sacrificed some of his rewards. Oh dear. Oh dear. Alonso still wins 2006 if Schumacher won at Japan by 1 point. There you go. As Murray said, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Imagine if Murray was still around. Do you think? I can't imagine Murray Walker, to be honest, in this modern Formula One sort of vision. I can't imagine it. I can't imagine it. In that regards, I'm glad that Murray's not with us. Obviously, in the other regards, I'm devastated that he's not still about. But in that regards of being in modern Formula One, I'm quite glad that Murray's not about, because I don't know. I don't know how he would have fitted in. Obviously, we're just talking hypothetically here. I'm saying that if Murray had been like 20 years younger, then he would still be in the F1 space right now. He'd probably still be coming to the end of his career, but he'd still be in there. I wonder sort of how he'd be making about modern F1 right now. Oh my goodness. I think he'd have quite a few words to say about it. Michael Schumacher almost won his 8th title in 2006. Alonso had car failures at Hungary and Monza. Probably also made him crash in Australia. What season was it that Alonso had car failures at Hungary and Monza? Conor Moore should do an impersonation of the Hookster. He should. He should. Yes. Oh my bloody good gold. Yeah. Can he speak Cockney though? Can he? Can he go to the foot of my stairs? God blimey, governor. Can I have some more gruel? Can I have some more? More gruel? Oh dear. That's my best Dickie Van Dyke impersonation there. 2006. Scissor Sisters says basically Newey has been sacked. Well, as the team principal, that is correct. If it's true, obviously I can't confirm it. But I say it is on Autosport. It's not on any of the rag sites. So yeah, very weird. But if that's true, then yeah, he's been sacked as team principal. Yes. Or in lawyer speak, asked to step down. He's been asked to step down as team principal so he can focus more on the car. Personally, I always thought that was too many cooks in the broth, as they say. I thought that was too many jobs for Adrien anyway, to be not only the designer and the engineer of the car, but also the team principal as well. I've always thought that was at least one too many jobs for him. So it's probably good news that he stepped back from that, but still disaster at Aston Martin, because they're in enough trouble at the moment. And now if Jonathan Wheatley comes in, it's all going to get shaken up again. So continuity is all in Formula One, as we know. It's all to do with progression. You build a team, you start doing well, and every year you just progress from there. And Aston Martin have taken a huge hit backwards this year, and I think it's going to take them a very long time to get up to any level of competitiveness. And it's a shame. It's a shame, because they could be at the back of the grid for the next 5 years now, quite easily, if they can't get that team together. And it's a shame, because Aston Martin were doing really well. I mean, last year not so good, but a couple of years ago they were, Fernando was really running up there in sort of a solid midfield position, wasn't he? But sadly, I don't think that's going to come to fruition. I mean, if anyone can turn it around, it's probably Adrien in regards to the problems with the car. But we'll have to see how it goes with everything else. But sadly, it looks like Aston Martin's days of trying to reach the top have taken a serious hit backwards. And it may take them a lot longer, if ever, because, some Formula One teams have been trying for years and have never made it to the top, have they? And that could be the case also with Aston Martin. I mean, let's look at Haas. They're doing very, very well in the championship so far. We've only had 2 races, but they're doing okay. And they've been in the championship now for 10 years, 11 years now, isn't it? 2016. So they've never sort of got past solid midfield runners, have they? They've never got into that top echelon of the top 4 teams. And will they ever get there? Probably not. Probably not. And that now, sadly, could happen to Aston Martin as well. They might never get up into the top tier. Anyway. Hello, Plynel Plessy. Worked of season. I forgot this was on. I was too busy watching darts. Well, that's it. That's it. That's it. Do you hear that, TB? TB, darts is more important than us. Well, it is. Yeah, you're right. It is. Cue the violin music. Yeah, 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 yeah. And deliberately park it at Monaco qualifying. Boo! P1. Yeah, boo P1. I totally agree. 2006 was when Alonso had car failures at Hungary and Monza. Bessie. On top of the pops tomorrow night, it's S Club. S Club. Yes. Oh my God. You can't beat a bit of S Club. S Club 7. Yes. I think they were single-handedly responsible for completely destroying the music industry. Yes. Because it never recovered once they come along, did it? It never, everyone sort of went, yeah, okay, I'm out of here now. I can't be bothered with this shit no more. I'm gone. Even some of the old stages, that had survived from the 80s and some that had survived from the 90s. The Cliff Richards of their time, those ones. They saw S Club and they decided, no, enough is enough, and went. Yes. So well done to S Club 7 for completely destroying the music industry. Not that it needed much help, it was getting there anyway, but yeah. Feeder are also on tomorrow night. You may know them because they had 2 songs in Gran Turismo 3. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. I do remember Feeder in Gran Turismo 3. I used to do, with every GT game, I used to have the music on and I used to listen to it for about the first, 6 or 7 hours of playing the GT games, and then I'd turn it off because obviously it just started repeating itself. But yeah, glorious times, glorious times. Hello TB, my favourite bear. He says, hello Shane. Mr. Rugawa says, great, great, great. Shane says, have you ever played Mario Kart, Dave? I think I have. If it was on the Wii, then I'm going to say yes. Because my nieces had a Wii, and I used to, I'm pretty sure the Wii's used to come with Mario Kart with the console, didn't they? Yeah, so I have done. I have played Mario Kart, yes, definitely. There you go. On the Wii, though. On the Wii. Yes, on the Wii. I love your AI intro, Doug. Well, thank you, Shane. Thank you. I'm glad someone likes it. If anyone's really old, by the way, really old, they may actually recognise the music because it is the theme tune to Good Morning Britain, TV AM, back in the day, which was breakfast television. 6 o'clock in the morning, everyone would wake up to breakfast television. We're going back to the 80s and the 90s when breakfast TV was king. It was absolute king. It really was. It had sort of taken over from radio. Radio was starting to wane in popularity at this time, and so we had morning TV, which started to take over. And it was when it first started, it was absolutely brilliant. I mean, who can forget Roland Rat on morning TV? Right, Kevin. Yes, Roland Rat. Oh, I used to get up at 6 every morning just to tune in to Roland Rat. How bloody sad is that? I know. But yes, morning TV, it was great. It really was. With old Anne Diamond and Nick, I can't remember his second name, Nick something. All I know about Nick is sadly he's been very sick these past few years with cancer. But yeah, I can't remember his second name. I do apologise. But yeah, I can't remember. But yeah, they were a great combination duo. And yes, breakfast TV was the breakfast of champions. Yes, but now that's completely evaporated, isn't it? Because 6 o'clock in the morning, it's just the BBC News, isn't it? The BBC News, yes. And on ITV, I don't even know what it is on ITV. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, no idea. It might still be some kind of, is it This Morning? Is that what they call it? I don't know. But yes, sadly, the breakfast TV times have now gone. Yes, they've gone now. So there you go. The song sung by TMY was number 1 for 2004. Wowzers. Hello, Mr. Will F1. Well, thank you very much, sir. Hookster to win an ERL race next season. Well, that could happen. That could happen. You never know. I've come close. 3rd is my best finish so far in the ERL. I'm actually trying for a 2nd. Because to get 1st, Joe's got to crash out, and that's going to be pretty much impossible because he never crashes out. He did a couple of seasons ago, and everyone sort of, oh my god, because he never crashes out. But yeah, so I'm not really looking for a 1st, but a 2nd, that's my target now, and it is doable. It is doable. So thank you, Mr. Will F1. We'll put you a little like and a little heart on there as well. There you go. Mario Kart, says Mr. Hugara. Well, and Will F1 Gaming leads the championship. He may very well do. Sister says, and that's my win gone. Yes, unfortunately. But you never know. You never know. Bottle Place, he says, get Jax Villeneuve, a.k.a. Driver 1 Williams, on the all-seasons rubbish. Yes, we should do, shouldn't we? We should do. Driver number 1. Got my plaque in the sprint. We go for points today. You twos can fight it out. I've got my championship. I'm just going to be like James Hunt and continue for the fun of it now. Good idea. Good idea. Lesbian Lawson. It was a fun two days having the lead. More like Lando Norris moaning about the rules. Who won the first stream? Blimey. I can't remember. I can't remember who won the first one, to be honest. What was that? It was only a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? Yeah, I can't remember, to be fair. I can't remember. If you won it and you remember you won it, then let me know. They did almost thought of using that weird endurance layer in 2020 for the Sakir Grand Prix, but they used the outer layer instead to avoid using that weird endurance layer again. Shane did, I think. I was behind. Oh, there you go. There you go. Shane was the winner of the first one. Go on, Sir. Do a super chat. MotoGP this week is going back to Brazil. I can't remember the place, but the track is named after Ayrton Senna. What are you talking about? Paddock 69 is a legend, says Mr. Rugara. Yes, he is. Do you know that Ayrton Senna helped McLaren win 15 of the 16 races in the 1988 season? I see what you've done there. That was very, very clever, Mr. Plynel Plessy. Yes, very clever indeed. That's pretty decent. I have to say, that's pretty decent. It is a shame. It is a shame. But you find these things out later. Senna was my absolute racing hero. It has to be said. And in regards to racing, he still is. And unfortunately, other things have come out since then. But what you going to do, you know? It's all come out years later, hasn't it? When I was following him at the time, you know, we didn't know about these things. I mean, obviously it was going on, but it wasn't widely reported. But now we know about things later on. But there you go. That goes with quite a few things in life, doesn't it? And quite a few of the people I followed back in the 80s are some of them are in jail right now. Yes. So, but there you go. You live and learn. You live and learn. What's that? Golinia Pine. I was saying you won the first stream. Yes, that one. Conor Moore should do an impersonation of TMY. He should do. He should do. Hi guys! Hi guys! And welcome back to this wonderful ranty room. Yes, for all things Formula One. SD bestie to you. Ah, dear. You were saying I won the first stream. I think you did, Shane. I think you done. Yes, I think you did. F198 is better than F125. I totally agree with you. F198 is better than F125. It is. You're right. Nikita Mazepin is a better driver than Dom. Whoa. Yeah, it probably is. F125 is better than F198. There you go. I've sent you my proposed calendar for 2026. Now the Middle East's in the bin. Oh, right, okay. I will get to that. I shall make a mental note, which means I'll forget it in about 30 seconds. Isaac Ajar. Not another calendar, says Will. Planner Play says, also check the top of the pop schedules, and 2 shows from the 9th and the 16th of July 1999 are apparently being skipped. They were scheduled yesterday on the website, but replaced with 23rd and 30th of July instead. Well, I wonder why that was. I wonder who was presenting those. Isaac Hadjar. No idea why. I wonder what the Azerbaijan Grand Prix this will be like, since this is the 10th anniversary of their first race there. I remember the first race at Azerbaijan was really exciting, wasn't it? And then it kind of tailed off a little bit after that, following years. Ralph Schumacher on Sky Germany called David Croft fat last... Oh my goodness. Body shaming? That's unbelievable scenes. In fact, you could almost say biblical scenes. Body shaming? Ralph. Oh my goodness. I need to write the rest of the weeks. Yes, you do. Wow, Adam Norris is Lando Norris's dad. I didn't know that. Yeah, there you go. I think I had him on the All Seasons a few weeks back. Or maybe the week when Lando won the championship. I think I might have had him on. I can't remember. Baku is also shite. Have you been living under a rock? Baku is a solid racetrack. Baku is the best street circuit. Looks like we won't be getting Baku with what's going on. Quite possibly. Now, of course, as you know, the championship has been reduced to 22 races this year. But here's another problem, because I saw this on the news a couple of days ago, and that is that British Airways have suspended all flights to the Middle East until June of this year. And some of the other airlines have suspended their flights until October of this year. Now, we have got, of course, Abu Dhabi right at the end of the season, which I think will probably be around the 6th or the 12th of December. But you've got, what else have you got? You've got Qatar in there as well, haven't you? Here's the problem. If British Airways sort of extend that to, because obviously they'll be monitoring it, extend that till later, and some of the other airlines aren't even going there till October, what you've got to remember is by the time they get up and running again with flights, you don't suddenly suspend all flights and then like the next day you suddenly start going to these places really quick. It takes time for these flights to build up and up and up. So Formula One at the end of the year, if things haven't settled down, could have a huge problem in just getting to these places by air, because as I say, we still don't know about the conflict going on at the moment and whether it's going to stop later in the year or whether it's going to continue. We've got no idea. I mean, I would have thought if it's still ongoing in August and September of this year, I think it's going to be pretty unlikely that those other two races are going to go ahead. So we could end up with a 20-season Grand Prix. And yes, of course, there's still a question mark over Baku as well. So, yeah, it's all up in the air. Could end up with a 19-season Grand Prix. Wowzers. It's going back to the old days. Yes, when we had proper length seasons as far as I'm concerned. But we will see. We will see. I was watching the Up to Speed podcast yesterday, and Will Buxton was saying that, if you listen to the wording of the cancellation of the Bahrain Grand Prix, they said postponed, not cancelled, which is a very important distinction. They've been postponed and not cancelled, which means they could be put in somewhere else. The other two, I think it was David Coulthard and Naomi Schiff said, where are you going to put them? But Will said, well, it's Formula One and it's designed to make money. If they need to, they could possibly do 6 rounds back to back. Now, personally, I think that's going way too far, because the most we've had so far is triple headers. So to have 6 rounds back to back, I think is just going too far. But who knows? Who knows what might happen? Who knows? I mean, I'm not quite sure if there's actually that many weeks available before the end of the season to fit any more Grand Prix in. There probably isn't. There probably isn't. But we will see. There's been talk of maybe abolishing, because we've got this 5-week gap, of maybe abolishing the summer break and putting a couple of races during the summer break instead. But it's all up in the air. We'll have to see about the ongoing situation and see if the conflict at the moment improves. But whatever happens at the moment, we're definitely getting a 22 race calendar. I personally think we'll end up with 20 races in the end, which means, if that comes to fruition, does that mean that Brazil would be the final Grand Prix? Because if so, that would be absolutely glorious. Brazil, back in the old days, used to be the final Grand Prix. And yeah, I would love to have the final Grand Prix in Brazil if that's the case, that they can't go there. That would be glorious. Absolutely glorious. Love it. I watched the ITV F1 season review from 2007 a few years ago, and at least half of the programme was focused on Lewis Hamilton, even though he didn't win the title. Sounds about right. Baku is massively overrated, says Will. Unlike the other street circuits, Baku is my favourite street circuit, says Shane. Rolling, rawhide. Sorry. Baku has had 3 good races and the rest have been shit. maybe 4 at a push. Hannah Atkinson loves the Baku circuit, says Lionel Plessy. Does she? Well, great. The first race in Baku in 2016 was boring. Right. I'm right down the middle with Baku. Well done, Baku. Baku 2019, 2023 and 2025 were also boring. Baku 2022 wasn't the best. Don't blame Hannah Atkinson. I love the Baku circuit myself. Leanne the Lesbian Lawson. Spam, Dom, Dave. Carlos Sainz Sr. was a rally driver, while Carlos Sainz Jr. is a Formula 1 driver. Yes, indeed. I hate Baku, says Will. Aston's chances of making it to the top are done. This was their only chance, and they fooked it. Yes, I agree. They have definitely fooked it. They've fooked it right up. They really have. I feel a little bit sorry for Lawrence because obviously he's invested a lot of money in that team, and it looks now like he's not going to get the rewards that he was obviously looking for, which was to be up there with the front runners, fighting with the McLarens, the Red Bulls, the Ferraris, and the Mercedes. And it looks like that is not going to happen. In fact, it looks like he's not even going to be fighting with the middle runners, you know, with the Hussies and the Racing Bulls, and I'm going to say Audi, although we haven't seen much of Audi, but they seem to be sort of middle runners as well. It doesn't look like they're even going to be that, so they're going to be down there with the toilet cars, aren't they? Right at the back, the Cadillacs. They're going to be there with the Cadillacs. Oh my God, trying to dodge around Sergio Perez and Valtteri Bottas. Yeah, it's not a great prospect, is it? Let's face it. It's not a great prospect. I'm just wondering now how long Adrien Newey will stick around. I mean, he's 67 years old. I don't know. I think I understand he did sign for a multi-year contract, at least 3 years, which is fair enough. He'll probably stay for 26, 27, 28. But I'm a little bit doubtful now that he'll redo that contract, because unfortunately Adrien Newey is, you know, he's used to being in a winning situation, and this is now a team that's on the back foot seriously, and it's going to have to be built up, and this could take years. I'm looking now at Aston Martin with parallels with Williams, because this is what happened with Williams, wasn't it? You know, absolutely great team, front runners, winning championships, and then slowly the decline started. I believe the decline with Williams started in 1998 when they lost the Renault engine deal and they had to go to the customer Renault engines. I believe that's when the big decline for Williams started, through 98, through 99. Then, of course, fortunes went a little bit better when they joined with BMW. As a works team, they started to come more to the front, and they started to really climb up the field again. Of course, you had Juan Pablo in the team, didn't you? And yeah, for a while Williams were back again as a front running team, but sadly as the years went on they started to go down, and then of course BMW pulled out, which was a little bit of a surprise to a lot of people. BMW went off and brought Sauber instead. So yeah, and from that point onwards, that was the start of the decline of Williams. 2006, of course, with Nico Rosberg in his first year in Formula One in the Williams Cosworth, because it's the only engine they could find at the time. Yeah, that was the start of the decline at Williams, and it's just gone on from there. Now, yes, they have come back a little bit with James Vowles in charge, but they're still nowhere near the glory days that they had before. And I still don't see Williams coming up into a serious, even midfield challenger for quite a few years, and it's a shame. It's a shame. I mean, the last few years at Williams has been, I think, the worst years. They were really, sort of back of the grid runners. They have improved. They are getting a lot better, but I still think it'll be years before they even get into the midfield. And Aston Martin is now in that same position that Williams was in. That it's going to take them years now to build up, and I don't know whether Adrien Newey would be happy with that. He obviously came into the team with a few false perceptions that Honda were ready to go, and it looks pretty obvious from that report that I read out that Honda were very not ready to go. And so, yeah, that could put a sort of strain on the relationship, and he may, I say, after his 3-year contract has run out, because let's face it, there's no real point in him leaving, because he can do a lot for that team. He can do a lot to bring it to the forefront. But I think after 2028, he'll probably call it quits and say, yeah, I'm done now. He'll be like nearly 70 years old, so he'll probably just retire gracefully. And that'll be the end of the Adrien Newey story, which is, I have to say, has been a great story in Formula One, going back quite a few decades now. There's been a lot of controversy with Adrien, saying that he's not really as good as people have made him out to be, and it was basically the people under him that did most of the work, and Adrien was just sort of like the figurehead. Yeah, you can say that, but at the end of the day, most of the time, if your car was an Adrien Newey car, it was going to be pretty much up there as a front runner. So that's all you can take away from that. Bloody heck, why? Why do you hate Baku? I love Baku. TMY also hates Baku. How's Littler getting on, Blynel? What do you mean, TMY? He's currently losing. Well, hello there, Matt. Welcome to the stream. He says he's hungry on the next EOL season. Stop it, Matt. Stop it. Please. You know I hate that circuit, and yes, it probably is, because Joe puts it on there on purpose just to wind me up. He does it every time just to wind me up. Yes, because he knows I can't stand it. He knows I'm absolutely crap at it, and he just, just for shits and giggles, he puts it on there. Oh God, pull it back, Lukey. And I've lost the chat. I've lost the chat. Here we are. Oh, Littler's losing, is he? Oh dear. He thought Robson and Jerome could sing. Yes. If Formula One went to race in Qatar, they should build their own track and not use the one in Losail, which is for Motor Grand Prix. Yes. Let's not go there, Shane. At least Paddock is performing better than his racers. Oh, whoa. That's very below the belt. It's funny, but it's very below the belt. It's not their fault. It's the engine. Look, it's Toto Wolff's fault. He's a bugger. You know what he did? Yeah, he dumped the engine on them, and then he gave them this disc with the software on it, and it said Windows XP. And they said, wait a minute, Toto, what's this Windows XP? And it, what? What's the matter? He says, what? He says, that's still a valid operating system, Yes, we still use it. And so they've been all this time, they've been trying to convert the software to Windows 11 because he put it on Windows XP, the little tinker. So they couldn't work out the software. It's not their fault. All he did was give them a disc with the software on. I went, here. And they went, what do we do with this? He said, well, you'll work it out. And they couldn't work it out. So they rung Toto and he went, well, have you tried turning it off and switched it back on again? And that was it. He put the phone down. Yeah. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That is not fair, Toto. That is very unsportsmanlike. If you're going to give him an engine and then give him a disc with his... At least tell him how it works. God's sake. Windows XP. How's that ever going to work? Monza is a legendary F1 track. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Take That also ruined the charts because every boy band came along. That's also true. Yes, yes. S Club 7 started it and Take That finished it, basically. Yes, I agree with you. All the boy bands. The only boy band I ever liked was the Backstreet Boys. Yes. Everybody. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That was the only one I ever liked. Yeah. Yeah, that song was banging, as you youngsters used to say. That song was banging, mate. Banging. I probably play that about 3 times a week still, that song. To this day. Yeah. Not hard for girl, at least I've managed to start. Oh. Get PS Luton rules on this all seasons. I should do, really, shouldn't I? I should do. Is he still around? I am subscribed, but I've not seen a video from him in ages. Because don't forget, you know, he's a very important reporter now on the Race F1 YouTube channel. Yes, he's in charge of the editing, apparently. Yes, very important man now. Very important. Hasn't got time to speak to me anymore. Oh, no. I'm just little scummy boy. Little scummy boy. Yes. Even though I saved one of his YouTube series by a little suggestion of mine. Yes, I saved his series. Doesn't even talk to me anymore. No. Oh, no, not little scummy boy. No. Oh, he smells so bad now. Yes. I'm a very important person in the wheel of the Race YouTube channel. I am, don't you know? Yes. Fuck Qatar off. Not go to Qatar, you mean. Get Shane Lynch on this all season's rubbish. He used to drive in the British GT Championship for a few years. Did he? I didn't know that. Congrats to Will F1 Gaming Hall of Fame performance. Nick Owen. Thank you, Lionel Plessy. Nick Owen. Yeah, I'm very upset that I couldn't remember his second name, unfortunately, because, as I say, he's been very unwell these past few years. I'm hoping he's still alive. I think he is, but he's been very unwell with cancer, I know. So, yeah. But, yeah, Anne Diamond and Nick Owen, they were essential watching back in the day, really were. There was a video I saw with Roland Rat facing off against Roland Ratzenberger. Nice. He was great. Although I have to say, I had more in common with his subordinate. What was his name? What was his subordinate's name? Was it Errol? I can't remember. Oh God, I got to look that up now. Who was Roland Rat's sidekick? There you go. Sidekick. Kevin. Yes. Kevin the Gerbil. Of course it was. Kevin the Gerbil. Yes, I had more in common with Kevin the Gerbil. Yes. There he is. Look, there he is. Oh my God, there's some memories coming back now. Roland Rat. He did a song as well, didn't he? It went into the charts, didn't it? Oh my God. Wasn't it Love Me Tender? It was the Elvis song, wasn't it? Oh, he did a few. Rat Rapping, that was it. Rat Rapping. Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. Rat Rapping. Let me see if I can play 5 seconds of this without getting copyright matched. Rat rapping! I'll see if I can do the chorus without getting copyright matched, but I'll have to be quick. There we go. Here we go. Okay, there you go. Oh my God. If I remember rightly, I think they did "Love Me Tender," the old Elvis song as well. There it is. There it is. Excuse me while I get rid of the adverts. More adverts. Here we are.
Here we go again, lads. Me tender, love me sweet, never let me go.
You so love me tender, love me too. Ooh.
Take it away, King! Love me tender! You must be joking. I'm getting quite emotional now, Kev, thinking about all my wonderful fans.
You are wonderful. Have a lie down. Oh my God. Right, there we go. Roland Rat. Roland Rat. In fact, Roland was probably responsible for destroying the music industry as well, to be honest. Qatar is a dreadful track, says Will. I would like to see a Fijian Grand Prix, which would be a Formula 1 race in Fiji. Very nice. Morning TV, where we got only the most respectable hosts like Philip Schofield. Oh, wait. Yes, I see what you did there. Qatar is good on my manager games, says Mr. Rugara. You mean that MotoGP track in Qatar? I finished second twice on F1 25, Dave. There you go. Well done, Will. Well done. Round of applause to Will there. Well done. I wonder when the F1 26 DLC release date will be revealed. Well, I think I mentioned it at some point. It looks like they've delayed it because they've got this Season 6 that they've just announced, which runs until the 31st of May. And then they're going to start pushing the DLC pack. So that'll be the 1st of June at the earliest, Shane. I doubt it'll be out of 1st of June, but that's when they're going to start pushing it. So, yep, there you go. Quite a few months away yet. Are we in March, April, May? Blimey, still 3 months before you even get any news. And I say, I doubt if it will come out right at the start of June. It might be somewhere in June, but there we go. Driver 1 Williams, whose nationality was Outer Mongolian, according to F1. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I really miss Formula 1 racing at Hockenheim. Dave is still waiting for videos on the motoring. I am. I'm still subscribed. I'm hoping one's going to pop up one day, but I don't know. Have you played any golf games, Dave? The only golf game... I've played 2 golf games. Golf with Friends, which is on the PS5. And yes, before you ask, I have got some. Golfing with Friends. That's actually a really good game. Really good game. If you've got some friends to play with, it's a really good game. And I've played the golfing bit on GTA 5. You know, where you can go to the golf course. That's a pretty decent golf game, I have to say. You know, sort of inside the GT5 game. It's pretty decent. It's not brilliant, but it's pretty decent, I have to say. Now that's top shithousery from Pessy. Now then. Stop it, Dave. Stop it. What do you mean? It's going to be 12 sprint races next year, as I've heard. Wow, I hope that's not going to be a thing, Shane. I don't like the sprints. Surely we need the return of Micro Games PlayStation next year in time for the 40th anniversary since the Micro Machines toys began. Excuse me. I might do a video about that. Yes, I might. I've heard before I was born in 1998, Michael Schumacher made his debut in Formula 1 in Belgium with Jordan, then moved to Benetton for the next race. He did indeed. Postponed. Will we possibly have a Brazil or Vegas final? Yes, will we? I hope if that happens we have a Brazil final and not a Vegas one, because that would be a horrible one to finish it on. They're cancelled. I didn't know Will Buxton had another podcast that had speed in the title. The other one is with some NASCAR. Yes, he does get around as old Will Buxton. Even the other presenters, DC and Naomi Schiff, have said about how much Will Buxton gets around on these other podcasts. Speed used to be a US TV channel that showed motorsport. A lot of it NASCAR, but they showed F1 as well. I guess, as we should in the first place, Paddock 69. The last time Brazil was the final race of the Formula 1 season was in 2013. You will find out my 2 fill-in races with my calendar. Paddock 69 is the real leader. The leader is winning in very strange ways. Las Vegas will be the last race if Qatar and Abu Dhabi are binned. Yeah, that's going to be a shame, actually, if it is Las Vegas. But there you go. I prefer Brazil, but let's put it this way. At least it won't be Abu Dhabi. How fed up are we of having Abu Dhabi as the final race every single year? I know I am. Absolutely fed up with not the track. The track's okay. It's nothing special, but it's okay. But I'm just fed up with every single year. Oh, the final's in Abu Dhabi. So I would be very glad to see it somewhere else, to be honest. Very glad. What do you mean binned? Cancelled. Alpina. Alpu. Oh, Alpu. 2012 will remain forever the GOAT season. What do you mean the GOAT season? 1998 Williams FW20. Yes. The best ever season. Dave loves that car. I do. Alco Pop. If Jenson Button had went to Williams in 2006, he'd have never won the championship. This is very true. Because he would have gone with Nico Rosberg, or perhaps he would have replaced Nico Rosberg, and he would have been in the Williams Cosworth, and that would definitely not have won the championship. Montoya Williams missed a big opportunity in 2003. Yes, they did. No, he wouldn't. McLaren need to buy the Alpoop engine factory and become a works team. It's weird, isn't it? Because they were a works team and now they're not a works team. Very, very strange. Very, very strange. Toto Wolf says equal engines. Yes. TMY really likes James Vowles, does he? He would. He wants the customer money. And I've lost the chat again. There we go. Not only that, he wouldn't have got his first win in Hungary in 2006. Toto Wolff, Karen Horner, Liam the Lesbian Lawson. Double Hungary ERL race. No, Hookster will win at Hungary. Just watch it. Somehow it'll happen. No. On the comment about Simon Cowell being responsible for chart music declining, didn't show up. Yeah. Yes. What car does Dave love? Formula One, Shane, or anything? Dave loves TMY's. Oh yes, the mighty Matiz, which is now broken. I actually came up with a suggestion. I said, get a big pole and stick it on top of the pole, and then it looks like one of those garages. You know when they have like those big signs outside the garage to say, "Come here and get your fuel." With a like rotating sign, so to stick his Matiz on the end of a pole, stick it outside his house, and I'll tell you what, he'll probably get lots of people come and have a look at his Matiz. Oh, is that the type of car he likes? Yes. Those engines are equal in the same way that I'm the next Pope. Exactly. I love every single kind of car. Nice. Backstreet Boys are also on top of the pop star on the night. I love Italian food. I love Chinese food. Nice. Unfortunately, everybody Backstreet's Back was skipped because Puff Daddy was #1 that week. Oh my God. Brilliant. P.S. Luton Rules starts to plan to finish. Yes, he does. Too many foods I love. Will should have just let Paddock win, to be honest. Hello, Mr. Drump Tank. Welcome to the stream. He says, Hook, we love... Well, thank you. I love you all too. Yes, I do. I love you more than sunshine and buttercups and rainbows. Yes. I love ice cream, says Shane. Nice. I don't think I've eaten ice cream for years. I don't remember the last time I ate ice cream, to be honest. But there you go. Dom, says Will. There you go. Drum Tank, says Mr. Rugara. Looking at Muppets, huh? Yes. Should be looking at myself. Do a super chat, Dom. Ice cream is great. Dave having more in common with a subordinate says a lot. It does. Chocolate ice cream. Have you been eating chicken, Dom? Strawberry ice cream. Vanilla ice cream. I eat chicken I made this morning. I bet he did. I don't know why he goes out and buys chicken, you know. He should just get himself a little bit of land in his garden and just fence it off and just get his own chickens. It'll be a lot cheaper. Yeah, a lot cheaper. Obviously, you got to go and do the old blah, 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 the chicken, but it's all right. It's just look away, and just don't worry about the screams. Wear headphones. Just put your headphones on while you go. And there you go. You got your chicken. There's no need to go to a shop to buy it. You can just have your own chickens. Oh dear. Chicken Alfredo. Nice. He's looking at you, Dom. Wowzers. What kind of a beard show is that, says Shane. Eat some beef, Dom. Like the song of it, though. Ex-Con, give it a yar, epic track. Drum Tank, member for 55 months. Oh, my goodness. You get less than that for doing a robbery. Yes. Stealing money from a bank, you get less than 55 months. You poor guy. You poor guy. The sacked hoser is here. Yes. Quite catchy. 55 months a member. Holy moly. Holy moly. Bloody heck. Unemployed. 55 months. Don Reed doesn't have a life, does he? No, he doesn't. Dave, read your chat. I'm reading it. Are you still unemployed, Dom? Fuck's sake, YouTube. Where's my 150 XP? Dom. Phone Dave, Dom. I got my certification to be a car salesman in Ontario last week. Oh my goodness. That's it. Everyone in Ontario, you've got to watch out for this guy now, because he's going to be selling you any old jalopy he can get away with. Yeah, the mufflers will be shot. All the tyres will be flat. There'll be a big smash on the windscreen, and he'll be coming out with his smooth Italian lingo. Trying to convince you that this is the best car you've ever seen. Yes. Oh God, I can imagine it now. Yes. Hang on, we're checking. Oh my God, it's going to be epic now. Dom, the car salesman. Unbelievable scenes. Yes. Anybody watching from Ontario, just don't buy your car anymore. No, don't do it. Please don't do it. Oh, it's some sort of a rat show, not a bear show. Yeah, it is. It's a rat. Roland rat. What the actual fuck? TB is a rat. Did you hear that? TB? He just called you a rat. He did. Will is the reason why I'm naked. You're quite correct. Will is the reason why my bear is naked. Yes. It's been a very cold winter as well, hasn't it? Yes. He's not a happy bear. So now I need to apply to local dealerships. Oh Lord, Dom selling cars. I know. It's a Greek tragedy in the offing. It really is. Oh my goodness. Did you not apply to McDonald's? I want to sell Ferraris, says Drum Tank. He wants to sell Ferraris. Oh my God. Well, actually, you can do the accent. You are Italian, so in that regards, you are qualified to sell Ferraris. You are qualified to sell Ferraris in that respect. The Hookster has been distracted by Roland Rat, so he doesn't know Dom is in the chat. No, I didn't. Yes. Roland Rat got me again. Selling crash cars. TB is a bear. Yes. Dom chasing cars like Snow Patrol. Good idea, Will. McNix always has a good backup plan. The whole of Ontario is going to revert to a horse and cart. Yes. If they were wise, they will do. Love songs. Regara overcuts Paddock 69. No money needed. Sensational. Dancing. The clowns off the podium. Who is this cursed shit? Third, fifth, fourth he's washed. Singing and dancing. Shane Coburn remains a legend. I did say I'm not really fussed anymore. What do you mean I remain a legend? The only problem I have with Qatar as a track is the fact that there's zero elevation. Very true. Exactly that. What's Roland in prison for then? Yeah. He got up to a few things with Kevin that we won't go into, but there you go. Can you look up Sinbad the Legend of the Seven Seas, please? I can. Rugara on for 10th straight top 5. What about Wii Sports Golf? Golf is my favourite sport. I used to play one of the Tiger Woods games, used to swing the golf balls at the crowd. Nice. Wii Sports Golf is a solid game. Golf with bots is more accurate. In GTA 5 Golf, Trevor sometimes says, I was the Canadian under-18 champion. Wowzers. 12 sprints, please no. I like tennis as well. Only reason people go to the golf bit in GTA is just to run people over in golf buggies. No, that's not... Yes, that is the reason. Yes. Dom with some strong defending on Lionel Plessy. Do a super chat, Dom. I love bowling as well. Her. It is your cousin. You want to go bowling? Nico, it is your cousin. You want to go bowling? Yeah, it's bowling slaps. I'm just racing for the paycheck. What do you mean bowling slaps? Great, Mr. Paddock. Dom and Dave like the same circuits. Yes, it's really good. No, not Diddy. Have you played any football games, Dave? Football? No. I've never been into football, unfortunately. As I know, I'm probably being a traitor to being English, but I've never been into football. I have mucked around with football games in the past, just for a kickabout, or there's been some free games that have come up in the past. I've had a little go with them, but my interest in football is pretty much non-existent, I have to say. Don will cause a chicken shortage. Yes, he will. He will, because he keeps eating them all. Yes. It's like chicken run in Dom's house, I'll tell you. He's got that big machine that makes them into pies. It's going blub blub, blub blub, blub blub. How do you know you're interested in football? I think I've mentioned it before. At least Paddock won't be taking his lowest ever finish this week due to the fact he did last week. The fallen goat told me. This has been epic. I see why you're fed up with Formula 1 ending in Abu Dhabi, because it's been ended in Abu Dhabi every year since 2014. Yeah, that's why, because it's been a long time now. We need a change. Paddock is a clown. Have a lovely evening, Dave. I'm off to volleyball. Volleyball? Well, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Roland Ratzenberger got up to things. Yes, it should be tennis. Drum tank with a solid cameo. I love badminton. Helium Trophy picking up points. Shout out to the Hall of Very Good Guy. Badminton is semi-interesting. I won a lot of that. TMY is a clown? My goodness. I love cricket as well, says Shane. Yes, well done. Okay, 2 quick things before I go. There is the Quidditch circuit, which basically looks like Mario Kart. Oh my god. Yeah. I'm not going to be enjoying that one when it... Look at that. Look at that circuit, everyone. Look at the elevation. Wowzers. And that's going to come in 2028. Is that actually going to be a thing, or... I don't know. But there it is. There it is. The Quidditch. Sounds like something from Harry Potter, doesn't it? Sounds like Harry Potter. Something from Harry Potter, doesn't it? So that's the circuit. And the other one was... oh, yes. Right. Updated 2026 calendar, of course, taking into account of the race disappearing. We got Australia, Albert Park's the first one. China, of course, we've had. Japan is coming up in a couple of weeks, or a week and a half now. Barcelona for round 4. 5 is Miami. 6 is Canada. 7th is Monaco. 8th is Austria. 9th is Great Britain. 10th is Belgium. 11th is Hungary. 12th is the Netherlands. 13th is Italy. 14th is Spain. 15th is Portugal. 16th is Singapore. 17th is United States, 18th is Texas, 19th is Mexico, 20th is Las Vegas, and it ends in Brazil. Yes, that's how every Grand Prix should end. In Brazil. Right. Let's continue, because I think I've got to disappear. Yes, it's 11 o'clock. Right. I love noodles, says Shane. Joking. Mr. Drum Tank says, Dave, if he podiums in the other, I start from the back. Well, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Whoa, that looks cool. My God, he's in fifth again. Dom Shunt's there off the bottom. We can let the fringe guys enjoy themselves. Love the updated F126 calendar, says Shane. There we go, everyone. Once again, we've come to the end of the show. It just disappears so quickly. What a mad show. It is, it's mad. And it disappears so quickly. The time just melts away. Now, that speeded up Pig of the Pop song everyone hated last week. And it's still got copyright matched on YouTube. So there's no point in doing it. But one song I have got that I know won't get copy matched is the Benny Hill music, which I've got speeded up. So we're going to do that for our top fans and the music. Yes, we're going to do Benny Hill speeded up. I've done this many times on YouTube and I haven't got copyright matched, so hopefully it won't get done again. But anyway, here we go then. With the top fans, let's go to full screen so we don't see it on the screen. No spamming, please. We're just going to go straight into the top fans now. And there it is. The results are going to be final. But let's play the Benny Hill music. Right, here we go. So here is Pop Pickers, this week's top fans. There's no one there. There's no one there. Hello? Is there any... Yes! At number 8, we've got Matthew D'Souza, the Real Sporting Perspective with 50 HP. At number 7, we've got one of the stalwarts of the show. Helium Trophy is in there as well. Number 6, it's Plynel Pessy, the Master of Mirth. And in 5th position, it is going to be... Oh my goodness, it's the Scissor Sisters. We need to have a moment for this. Okay, let's go to number 4. In 4th place, it's Mr. Rugara. So it's time for the top 3. Here we go then. The excitement is mounting. Who is going to be at the top? Who is going to be at the top? At number 3, it's Shane. Which means at number 2, it is going to be... It's Drum Tank with 175 XP. Which means number 1 top fans for this week is going to be... It's Will F1 with 3. Oh my goodness, he was not going to be beaten tonight. He's got 300 XP. Drum Tank put in a good performance, but it wasn't enough to beat him. Will F1 is this week's top fans. Wow. There you go, everyone. It's all done and dusted. It's all done and dusted. Congratulations to Will F1 for being the winner this week of the Top Fans. It's done. It's done. Got 2 coded races of Portugal to play some of the Middle Eastern races. It's only you and me. Shane, stop spamming. My XP never bothered to update. No one there. Matthew. Shane going for second. Bloody well. He's lowest. I'm the new Valtteri Bottas. Give me my money. Yes. Epic. Oh no. Anyway. Good start to the year. Second, third and fourth, I believe. Glad to be on the podium. 45 points and P2 for the sprint. Shane, 48 points. Please look up Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas, Dave. Right, okay. I'm leading by 5 points. Craziness. Rugar is probably ahead of Shane on sprints. Me, 0 points. Disqualified for calling MBS a melt. Yes. Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas. All right, let's look that up. There it is. Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas. There you go, Shane. I've looked it up just for you. 2003. Look at that. 2003. Brad Pitt was Sinbad. Oh my goodness. Michelle Pfeiffer. Catherine Zeta-Jones. Dennis Haysbert. Dennis Haysbert. Wow. Wow. Now, did it flop? Did it flop? Mixed reviews. Don't really know. Not really a flop, but not really a success. But there you go. Sinbad and the Legend of the Seven Seas. I've lost the chat. Where's the chat gone? Come back. Oh, wait a minute. Chat. There it is. There it is. I'm leading by 5 points. Craziness. Regardless, probably had me 0 points. Paddock is more Webber and Barrichello. I'm just here for shits and giggles. What a pile of crap Sinbad was. I mean, you got a podium doing so. Can we watch Sinbad Marina on ball, please, before you go, Dave? No, Shane. It'll be nuked for copyright. Yeah, I will be nuked for copyright if I do actually show any of that, Shane. I can't actually show any of the video because it's on YouTube. If there's any on there, I could do this like showing, you know, the cast and what have you. That's not subject to copyright because it's in the domain. But as soon as you start playing videos, I'll probably get crucified just for showing those Roland Rat bits. I don't know. I might have got away with it, but who knows? Who knows? I'm pretty sure I got away with Benny Hill. But anyway, I'll find out in about 3 days because it takes them that long to process these streams. Does YouTube? Yes, because there's probably a man sitting there going, "What the chuffing hell is this shit?" Have I literally got to sit through the next hour and a half of this? Oh my God. Congrats to Will. Glad with my plaque. Yes, yes. So there you go. That's the end of the show, everyone. Thank you once again for joining me tonight. You have been awesome. As always, I'm going to go to the top fans to thank everyone so I haven't got to scroll up the chat. So thank you to Mr. Will F1 was in the chat. Drum Tank was in there. Shane was in there. Mr. Regava. Scissor Sisters 4369. Mr. Plynal Pessy, the Master of Mirth. Helium Trophy. And the Real Sporting Perspective was in there as well. Any Easter specials planned? Not at the moment. I might come up with something though. I might do some live stuff. I'm getting a little bit fed up in the video making, so I might do some live stuff. Formula Legend has got the 2026 cars. Yes, they've just released it as an update. The 2026 cars. I might do a bit of that because they got the cars before Codemasters have. So I might do a bit of that. I might do a bit of that. Or I might just muck around with some of the old F1 games, because I haven't played any of the games for ages, so I might do a bit of that. We will see. When is Easter anyway? Is it next month or is it this month? Because they move it every year, don't they? Playing any trailers can get in copyright claim, which can lead to get a strike. Yeah, that's very true. Very true. Very true. And we don't want strikes for Davey, because 3 strikes and he's out. Yes, 3 strikes and he's out. So there you go. Anyway, thank you everyone for joining me tonight on the show. Now, I know this is going to be sad news to you all, but there's no Grand Prix this Sunday. Yes, no Grand Prix. Yes. It's not a trailer, it's a clip from the movie. That's actually worse, Shane, because some trailers you can actually get away with, but actual clips from the movie is even worse, unfortunately, for copyright. And as it's Disney, yes, I would get done even more, as it's Disney. Now hurry up with my payday. So thanks to everyone for joining me tonight. From me and Mr. TB the Bear. TB the Bear. Oh. TB. TB. Mwah. 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 Everyone's favourite bear. It's DreamWorks Day, but still just, yeah, true. True, DreamWorks just as bad. Anyway, thank you everyone for joining me tonight. So, will you watch Sinbad? I think I've seen it, Shane. I think I remember I've seen it at some point. Quite a few years ago, I think I've seen it. I suppose. Anyway, thank you everyone for joining me tonight. You have been awesome as always. As I say, no Grand Prix, no Japanesey squeezy this weekend. No, you've got to wait another weekend. I'm sure the way Formula One's going, you'll be devastated with that news, but or you'll be quite happy. You'll be quite happy that there's no Formula One. So I'll keep you updated on that story with Adrien Newey. It looks pretty official. I say it's come from Autosport, so yeah, they don't usually like to get things wrong, otherwise they can be sued. So we will see. It's not super official, but it looks like someone's leaked it, and it looks like in about a week or week's time it'll probably get announced properly. But anyway, thank you. Yes, Auf Wiedersehen. We will meet again some sunny day. Do you remember a scene where Sinbad carries Moon over his shoulder on the ship? I do. I remember that, Shane. I do remember. See you all in WW. See you all in WW. Yes, we'll make that a date. We'll see you all in WW3. Japan next. Yes, it is. The Japanesey Squeezy Grand Prix. The Japanesey Squeezy Grand Prix. Anyway, that's it. Thank you, everyone. Awesome as always. And I'll catch you next week for another video. Now, of course, we know there's a 5-week break, so I will also be taking a break from these as well, because I can't continue the Formula One theme if nothing's actually going on. There will be one after the last race, and there'll be one on the Thursday before the last race, but that will mean probably about a 3-week gap in between, because I'm not, unless something drops, something in the world of Formula One drops, I'm not going to be able to talk about it, because I spend most of the time obviously talking about Formula One. If there's nothing to talk about, then I shall take my own 3-week break myself, and then I'll be back. Congrats to Russell for winning. Yes, probably. Shane, enough of Sim. Okay, thanks everyone. Thanks everyone. Awesome as always. And I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you and good night.